A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. New information. This considerable severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Check, check, check. Check, check. That's working there. Check, check. That's working there. All right. All right, let me let some people get in here. I want to talk about it a little bit. What's going on, chat? Probably a well-deserved break, Yali. We've got a tropical storm.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
We've got a tropical storm. So that's fun. Yeah, and we'll see what's happening behind it. Some models want this to turn into something as well, or some of this convection down here. I'll actually show you. I want to get into this real quick. We do have some severe weather. I'll show you where that's at real quick, and I want to talk about the tropics because they're getting spicy. They are getting spicy. We've got some severe weather out here near the coast. Carolinas, here we go. We'll talk about this first. And then, here, I'll put on my infrared. No, that's fine. And then we'll go back to that. So, single site radar here. Hope everyone's having a good, what is today? Thursday? Who knows anymore? Yeah. Let's look at this storm. Probably a little hail core in here. Not looking too dangerous on the velocities. Heading off to the east towards Linden Oaks and Benson, North Carolina. Not looking too crazy. Got a quarter-size sail, 60 plus mile per hour wind gust possible. Moving up to the northeast towards Cameron, Lone Star, and Eller, South Carolina. Another severe thunderstorm warning down here. Closer to pea-size hail, 60 plus mile per hour gust possible. Not seeing much rotation potential on that. Okay. Let's look out here. I didn't even realize I went enhanced with this. Let me actually update this. Give me 1 second. I got to update my Discord. I got to update my Discord. That went enhanced. Severe. Okay. Yeah, so golf ball size hail, considerable damage threat, 60 plus mile per hour gust down here in moving towards southeastern New Mexico. I don't see anything out here. Hackberry Hill, but just be aware of that. Quarter size hail, 60 plus mile per hour gust down there as well. That looks like a national park or something. So nothing too crazy going on here, but I want to talk about the tropics a little bit. We need to talk about the tropics a little bit. I really should switch this up. Give me a second. Pivotal. Let me get my sources. Let's switch this. That's fine for now. Okay, whatever. I'll get to questions in a second if anyone has any. can go over the weather next week. Yeah.
A new radar
May have
indicated
gotten a little bit of,
tornado
may have gotten
warning
lucky
has
with a little
been
bit of a
issued.
downtrend, but it's hard to tell right now. Do we have a tornado warning? Special marine warning. Wait, no, we do have a tornado warning. It should be showing up on the side. Give me a second. There it is. Wow, why did all this stuff get moved around? Like what? There we go. Now it's looking back to normal. Yeah, why did all this stuff get moved around? None of this is in the right place. So weird. One second, guys. Anyways, let's look at the let's look at the tropics. I actually didn't even get a full look at the 12Z GFS today, so this will be important. Let's go down to the Western Atlantic because we saw some. Oops, that's the Western Pacific because we saw some crazy stuff with the 12Z last night, and I believe the 6Z as well. Let's take a look at the 12Z GFS. And see if it's still
New
doing
information. This tornado warning has been updated.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. It's got a cat 1 going straight into Florida and then South Carolina. Really far out, so don't worry right now. Okay, we have an observed tornado on the ground. Let me actually go back to that, and then we'll talk about this. I use all sorts of stuff. I have Pivotal Weather open, Tropical Tidbits, Weatherwise, Radar Omega, and Windy. I have 5 different applications open to see everything I'm looking at. Okay, so we got an observed tornado on the ground. Oh, just to the southeast of Atlanta. Observed tornado. Wow, in this? What a weird place for a tornado in this big cluster of storms. Very interesting. Just to the southeast of McDonough. We have a tornado, observed tornado on the ground. Let's look at our velocities. There it is. Oh yeah, that's a tornado on the ground, guys. This is actually a tornado on the ground. It looks like. Do I wonder if we have a CC? We do. Oh my gosh, we have a tornado on the ground, and it is going through neighborhood or something complex just to the south of McDonough, just to the southeast of Atlanta. I mean, it's not just, but about 25 miles to the southeast of Atlanta. There's a CC signature, guys. There's a CC drop. Debris signature. This is debris from whatever's on the ground there. Yeah. This is moving up to the northeast towards Covington, Oxford region. Porterdale. Conyers. Now, will it make it that far in this environment? I don't know. This isn't a very conducive. This isn't an extremely conducive environment for tornadoes. I mean, I don't even think this area is in the tornado risk today. Look at this. Unless they changed it. No, it's not. It's not even in a 2%. This is in a less than 2% tornado risk today. They don't even have a risk zone for it. But it's on the ground and there's a CC drop, meaning it's picking stuff up. So just be aware of that. That is super weird, but it happens. Oxford, Covington, and Conyers. This is about 24 miles southeast of Atlanta, moving up to the northeast towards Monroe, Oxford, Covington, Conyers, Porterdale, and then all these areas in between. Velta, Barrington, Buckingham, Georgia. It's on the ground. You could see the CC. I mean, this is like the velocities you can tell. Not that one. The velocities you can tell. Like, look at that. That's a couplet. But sometimes sometimes that's just the clouds. But this is clear as day. That's your tornado right there, blue. That's it. Still on the ground. Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. We'll come back to that in 1 second. So, I'll keep track of this on my Radar Omega. Anyways, we'll get back to that. So here's what's happening, guys. Well, I guess, okay. right now, not much going on in the Caribbean. Waters are very warm, not a ton of wind shear. Now, the GFS tries to give us tropical cyclogenesis 240 hours out, which is kind of la-la land, but for the GFS does see these storms pretty far out, at least the development chances of them pretty far out. It does a half-decent job with it, believe it or not. So, it does see that tropical cyclogenesis around that time frame. Let's get this out of here. Can I get... There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Just get a better view for you guys. So, yeah, this thing wants to become a tropical storm, maybe even a Cat 1 crossing over Cuba. This is far out, though, guys. There's going to be plenty of different runs that are probably going to take this thing away in the meantime. But it is interesting. I mean, it looks like it starts trying to get itself together. We're only talking about 200 hours out. That's not crazy. And the GFS will see these storms, these potential storms, 200 hours out sometimes. So it's not super far-fetched, but I still think we're going to have a bunch of different model changes. The odds that this thing does exactly what the model's showing right now is probably 1 in 100, not even 1 in 1,000. But yeah, right now it does have it making landfall in South Florida as maybe a Category 1 hurricane, then going up to coast and maybe making landfall as a Cat 1, Cat 2. So that's pretty crazy. We got to keep our eye on that. It's far enough away we don't really have to freak out or prepare for it yet. Might not even happen. Obviously, 200 plus hours. No need to freak out about that. Here we go, Eastern Pacific. Here's our current tropical storm that we have right now in the Eastern Pacific, just off the coast of Mexico. This is going to move up, try to make landfall somewhere there in west central Mexico. Or dissipate, might have some wind shear, tear it apart, but guess what? It's right behind it. Potentially another tropical cyclone that the GFS yesterday had getting down to 939 millibars, meaning like Cat 4, Cat 5 strength. Now it's being a little less bullish on it. Maybe we get a Cat 1, Cat 2 out of it if this were to happen. Now this is in a lot closer range. This one could go through tropical cyclogenesis only about 180, 190 hours out. So a lot more. This is a lot more believable than the one in the Caribbean going up. This one gets itself a little bit together a little bit earlier. You can see actually once we get out here, you can see what the GFS wants to do. It wants to put a tropical storm over Florida or Cat 1 over Florida, and then have this hurricane out here. So tropics are getting a little bit active. It's interesting. I quickly want to push out to the tropical Atlantic. We've got some waves out here, but the waters are very cold. These waters are very cold right now, well below average. So we're not going to see too much. We've got kind of these tropical waves, but this is really just the convection along the equator, not really a tropical wave. Yeah, so we'll pay attention. Yeah, the timing is likely to change. Really quickly, just to get you guys updated on this tornado that is on the ground. Let's see if the CC drop is still there. I think this thing's gonna touch down and pick up quickly. Still got a CC drop. We got a debris field going straight through McDonough. Georgia, just to the southeast of Atlanta. This thing is moving up towards, again, Conyers, Oxford, Covington, Porterdale, and everyone in between there in McDonough. Still see some rotation in this. So, yeah, we got to be careful with this. This is in there, though. Is it? Let's see here. I'm glad you figured out, Jasmine. Yeah, I hope you're not too close to this, or it's moving away from you. Here's what's going on. Let me get back to Pivotal real quick. So here's what's going on later today. Just want to quickly touch on the severe weather event today. We've got some thunderstorms, severe to potential, or regular thunderstorms, strong to severe, pushing up the southeastern coast. Some of this could potentially go severe in the evening. It's not looking too dangerous. We have a few severe thunderstorm warnings right now, but nothing that looks too intense. Now, I am keeping my eye on western Texas a little bit. Let's take a look at the latest run here on western Texas. Yeah, you see, we got some potential supercell action down here in the southern panhandle of Texas, around Lubbock, heading out to the southeast towards central Texas. This is a 17Z. Let me push into the 16Z. Yeah, I mean, not looking crazy, but this is a little bit of an MCS that tries to form here. Could be some strong straight line winds, large hail, and maybe even a tornado or two in these supercells. So Dallas-Fort Worth looks okay. I think Austin, Houston, San Antonio all look fine today. You could get some general thunderstorms, but not overly concerned based on the latest look of our HRRR. I'd still have weather alerts on, though. I'd still have weather alerts on in those areas. Let me get this in motion. Let me see if we still have this CC drop. Yeah, this thing's still on the ground here, it looks like. Yeah, I've had a couple people ask about what's our outlook next week. As we talked about, was we could see there's a potential for a severe weather outbreak across the plains, Ohio Valley. I mean, really across the whole country, different sectors based on what our jet stream's doing. Our jet stream pulled back a little bit. Oh wow, there's been random spin up since 7 a.m. Woke up, massive rotation, Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, that's interesting. Here's the latest Euro. I saw a slight downtrend in this potential severe weather outbreak next week, and you can see it here. So this is going into Monday night. This is still going to be this is still a potential enhanced, maybe even moderate section, but we'll see. But this is downtrended. But this would be Tornado Alley. This would be a Midwest severe threat right here, and then this would be central to southern plains, and then potentially out towards the southeast Dixie Alley. So we're still seeing it. Let's take a look at the latest GFS for next week. And the latest GFS is seeing this as well. So we're still watching definitely potentially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for severe weather.
A new
and then
severe
past that, the
thunderstorm
GFS still
warning
sees
has
another
been
opportunity.
issued.
And look at the GFS with this tropical system moving into South Carolina. Again, that's very far out. So we've got a lot. We need to wait on that 850 millibar real quick here. This is downtrended a little bit next week, but this still looks like a pretty significant severe event through this region right here. Potentially out through this region as well. So we do have a day 5 and day 6 slight already from the SBC. That's pretty telling. All right, guys, give me 1 second.
New information, this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Okay, guys, I got to get up early. I tried to get on like an hour ago, and there's just been issues on my computers lately since my graphics card stopped working. I think all my issues are resolved now. We'll see. I'll be on later. We got some stuff we got to get done. We're going to be traveling. Dog needs its shots. I need to watch the kid. Bunch of stuff's going on because we have some traveling coming up here. So I'll be on later. Again, just quick recap. We do have severe weather. We do. Okay, that tornado warning lifted in Atlanta, which is good. Some minor severe thunderstorm warnings out in the southeast. Nothing major right now. We are watching the potential for 2 tropical cyclones, maybe a tropical storm hurricane next week. And we'll see what happens, guys. First, second week of June, the GFS wants to put a hurricane into Mexico and then one into Florida and the Carolinas. Will it happen? It's not impossible. The GFS can see some of these, can see tropical cyclogenesis 200 hours out. It's done it before. It'll do it again. So we got to keep our eyes on it. The water's warm. If that wind shear lifts, there's going to be a window of opportunity for a storm to form and move to the north. So not I'm not putting my money on this. You can never, like, this far out, you don't want to, but something to keep our eye on and keep watching for updates. There's a good chance we wake up tomorrow and the models are like, nah, not happening, no storm. But again, the GFS does see these correctly sometimes at this range, so we'll have to see. The low from Tropical Depression 1, it's Tropical Storm now. It's a tropical storm now. Will help produce shortwave ejection for next week's event. Potentially. It's putting some shear out over the Gulf right now. But yeah, potentially. All right, guys. I will see you a little bit later. I'll be on later. Yeah, sorry I couldn't. I think I was only able to stream like 20 minutes right now. But I'll be on later talking about this stuff. So everyone have a great day, and I'll see you a little bit later.